How to edit a slide in Google Slides. Today we'll look at selecting or creating a theme, changing the background, adding pages, adding or editing text. Google Slides has a variety of pre-made themes for you to choose from if you look up here on the top right corner. You can scroll down and select through some of the different themes. Sometimes looking at a theme, it helps to look at the different layout options. Each of the themes has similar layout options. Sometimes looking at the different layouts helps you decide if you want to use that theme or not. Some of them have a little bit more color than others. So once you select a theme, you just click on it and you can actually close the themes window to give you more canvas space to work. At any point, if you want to go back to theme, you can go back here and that menu will pop up. Once you've selected a theme, you can add pages by going to the little plus here and selecting the type of page you want to add. You can add title slides, title and columns, main point, numbers, lots of different options to select from. I think I want to start with a blank slide. Actually, we'll get rid of this first one by deleting that slide, and I'm going to create my own theme. You can do that by going to the background and selecting a specific color. You can change the color, and if the color isn't here, you can scroll down to the bottom and there's an option for custom. And here you can put in a specific hex code if you have a color that you like, or you can move the circle around to pick any color that you see. There's also different hues down here that you can slide and change the color, and even different levels of transparency of the color. So there's a lot that you can do with color when selecting. Also, gradient gives you some nice options. Looks beautiful. If you don't want a solid color, you can choose an image. Here I selected watercolor backgrounds, and it gives a lot of backgrounds. When you use the Google image search here, you're assured that what you're using or selecting is Creative Commons license. So there's some ease there that you're not violating any copyright laws. So you can select any background image that you want. Sometimes I've selected things like, if you just do watercolor, you can see that there's different images. Oftentimes, if I want it specifically for a background, I'll add the word background to assure that I get something that covers pretty much the majority of the slide or the canvas. You could select something like wood and get some different backgrounds to work with, or even something like corkboard. We'll see what we get. Say I want to select a simple corkboard image. I click on it and select insert, and I can click done, but if I add it to the theme, if I click done, it is just one background that I have. If I go back to background and click add to theme and then done, you can see it adds it to some of my page layout options. Okay, I always start with a blank slide to create whatever I want. You can see that you are on this yellow slide here. Let's take a look at adding some things to the slides. We've got the background. It's a blank canvas, so I can add text boxes, I can add pictures, I can even add shapes. Let's add a shape. Let's start with just a rectangle. Maybe I want to do a rectangle here, and I will fill it in with black. Let's create a text box. Maybe let's just do, rather than a text box, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to insert another shape, another rectangle, and let's go here. And let's fill that with black as well. Now I want to insert a text box. I could also go here and just add the text box. And let's add a text box here. Now by default, the font color is black, or the text color is black. I'm going to want to change that to white right away so I can see my lesson planning resources. If you highlight the font, you can do some fun things with it. You can increase the size by just clicking the plus. You can add a specific number, or you could even go to 48. You can stretch this out. Oops, it doesn't look like I got my L on there, so I'm going to add lesson planning resources. If I want, I can center this in my text box. I can left justify it, right justify it, center it in the middle, put it in the middle of the box. Lots of options there. So there's my title, Lesson Planning Resources. Click on the font. Just some other things I want to share. You can make the font bold. First, you need to highlight it. You can make it bold, italics, underlined, or just simply unclick all of those. I can change the color. I think I like it white. Lots of things that you can do with font. You can add more text boxes here. And say this is resource number 1. If I want to add a border around a text box, you go up to the lines right here and you can select any border weight. 8 will be a pretty thick border, whereas, click back on it again to get the option, whereas 1 will be a very thin border. You can also click back on it to get the option. Change the color of your border. Say you want it purple. Again, you can change the size, the text. You can even change the font. And let's say I want to stretch this out, resource 1. If I right click on this, I can copy it and paste it. Drag this here and have this be resource 2. Let's make it a little bit longer. Just some different things you can do with font in Google Slides.